What's up, YouTube? Today we are back with the gs500 street bike I'm working on. I guess today I'm going to try to probably cut some parts up, maybe take some stuff off, see what I can do, but see what happens. Excuse my voice, I'm still sick. But I'm going to get the forks off now because now that I'm not sick, I can at least try to do something in my life. And also, since I don't need forks anyways, I might as well pull them off in one whole piece if I can. Wow. That was over-torqued. That one wasn't as torqued. Comes right off. I should pop it out. Oh. I don't think I'm going to keep this anyways. I really can't use it. Complicated. I guess the next major thing to do is to get this subframe cut off. Probably just right at the welds because I don't need it. I'm gonna end up using my wrapped one anyways, but making more progress. Let's see if we can get the subframe cut off. Start kind of muck it up a little more from there. Also, remove the kickstand. That's in the way, and the center stand. It's actually in the way right now. No way. Absolutely no going back. Got that removed. That's how it's looking right now. Pretty bare. But now we can kind of start designing it once I get the front end cut off. So I'm back looking at the Raptor frame. And it might be a little bit different than I thought, just because of how it's lined up. Obviously, the four-wheeler frame's just a little bit lower because it's got, you know, the engine's a lot tighter. The street bike's engines are a lot different. Just because the frame, the way it's set up, I might have to actually cut it. Obviously, I was going to cut it where I'm going to cut anyways, but it may not be mocked up where I want it to be. I thought about putting this bar just up against this bar, which might work, but also, if I can, I'd like to get the actual center point of my steering stem kind of in the center of there, but if I do that, it's going to be pushed, you know, quite a bit more forward, which will then throw the sizing of the plastics off, so they won't be like quite mock-up, but maybe a little bit different. So I'll get the frame cut up, kind of got it mocked in place a little bit. The alignment seems to be not too bad. I also got the frame kind of blocked in right now so I don't move. But it's kind of an idea. Obviously it's not squared, but I'm going to kind of adjust it as I go slowly. I'll cut off what I need, and what I feel like I need to cut off at least. But it's mostly just trying to get the height and the rake back correctly. So when I put the plastics on, they actually, again, they line up and attach to each other where they belong. So I chopped the steering hoop out, which actually sent it back quite a bit more where it belongs, or where I want it. But now it's butted directly to it, and if I want to, again, I gotta go over the back subframe, kind of get that set up, and then design it, but I might have to adjust this even further, cut this middle bar so it's actually rotating right here, weld directly in, and right here would be a nice point to weld directly into this section of frame, and the lower half would be here, and of course the other half will be removable on that side so they just come out. But otherwise, it won't be too bad once I get it mocked up. And then also I gotta build the table so it's actually square and flat, because this is kind of hard to go by. So this is a subframe I have. It's not in the best of shape, but it came with a quad. As you can see, all these holes are worn out. It's aluminum, so obviously it's kind of garbage, but it'll work for mock-up. But I still gotta kind of design this area here, because it won't bolt up directly at all. But I feel like these might need to be extended out, and the bottom ones can actually kind of go down here. But I'm going to take some measurements off my Raptor frame so I can kind of adjust it properly. So the other part I'm looking at is this whole setup right here, because this is where the kickstand or center stand was, then the actual bracket. But I feel like I can use this mount itself possibly, but I need to chop this off so I have more clearance, and then also lose some weight because I don't need it. Same with this plate. I guess they just put that in for support, but it doesn't need to be there. And then I'm going to try to get his quad out of here, get mine in here, start pulling mine apart so I can see if I can get the swing arm and everything to mock up. Because if this actually works perfectly, that'd be awesome. So I got my wrap in the shop. I'm going to start pulling the plastics off so I can start mocking this up. I got to take the steering stem off because that's going to help me out a lot. And then probably going to check the actual swing arm on it too to see if it just mounts right up. That is a lot of water. That's all coming out of the damn seat. I had it sitting outside for a little bit, but it was angled the wrong way, and I could definitely tell because it was heavy, but look at that, it's just dripping right out the back. Damn thing. So I kind of got the plastics mocked up a little bit, and it's looking a little funny, but really not that bad. Like, honestly, that's pretty close. And realistically, obviously, these front plastics was down a little bit lower, as well as the back. So honestly, I feel like the front end is actually able to just weld right up. So I also got the steering stem in too. Of course, you can't really tell right now, but it does seem to look pretty good and decent once it comes together. It'll be good to go. Well, that's the progress so far. Honestly, not too bad. So I guess as of now, this is kind of as far as I can get. I ended up ordering that frame rail. I'm gonna have to wait for that to come in because I want to be able to make sure when I put this on the bench, it's actually level and square. Because without it, it's kind of tricky to get it right, and also don't know exactly how it's going to turn out without it. So that's how she sits for now. This will be the end of part 2. Part 3 will probably be me actually starting to tack it in place. Probably get on the bench, that way I have some sort of level playing field to go by, because this floor is not level at all. But that's the end of part 2.